Lit. 21. Lit. Yeah. Lit. Yeah. Lit. 21. Lit. Lit like a wick. Lit like a stick. 21. Lit in this. I'm lit in this. I'm lit in this. I'm lit like a wick. Lit like a stick. 21. Lit in this. I'm lit in this. Yeah. I'm lit in this. I put your wig in this. I put 100 rounds on the stick. Lit. Trappers stay lit. Diamonds they lit. Lit. Yo, on the way that I drip. Shout it dripping. Aquafina dripping. 21. Slaughter gang, we don't leave a witness. Yeah. Like I'm Whitney. Lit. 21. Lit. 21. Lit. Yeah. Lit. Yeah. Lit. 21. Lit. Lit like a wick. Lit like a stick. 21. Lit in this. I'm lit in this. I'm lit in this. I'm lit like a wick. Lit like a stick. 21. Lit in this. I'm lit in this.
Yeah.
I'm lit in this. I'm lit like my wrist. I'm lit like my necklace. I got the stick for the hecklers. I'm lit in this. I pick and I roll. I do what I want. How can I stop when I'm on the go? Heard you be getting it off the boat. What we gon' need a load. Heard you be having it for the low. What we gon' need some more. We breaking bread like it's toast. Sip out the bottom, no toast. Bet that gon' do the most. Just to hop in the lamb or the ghost. When you poppin', no wonder you shopping. You hop out and cop it and go. But you gotta know that every dollar that you spend should make you some more. These bitches ain't loving you, they loving your dough. They take it and go. These bitches ain't nothing but scavengers. So I be these to my savages.
Lit. 21. Lit. Yeah. Lit. Yeah. Lit. 21. Lit. Lit like a wick. Lit like a stick. 21. Lit in this. I'm lit in this. I'm lit in this. I'm lit like a wick. Lit like a stick. 21. Lit in this. I'm lit in this.
Pull up at the club. Them lit. Whoa. 300,000 worth of ice on that wrist. I just hit a lick. He like talking, but I feel this. I keep buying all these cars that ain't got no sense.
What?
Damn. I tell her next to you. Yeah. Dog walk up in that thing. You see all these looking.
Dog.
I got that lit.
Yo, boy.
Roll me some. Tomorrow same different city. Hey.
Lit.
Woo.
21. Lit.
Yeah.
Hey.
Lit.
It's down.
Lit.
It's down.
Lit.
Hey.
Lit.
Good evening. Welcome back to Let's Talk Radio. We would like to tell y'all ahead of time that we are going to be missing two key components that we normally have. So Cash will not be here today, and Ye will not be here today. But that's just for today. So
we still gonna hold it down for y'all.
we will. So we are this. How was your weekend so far?
It's okay.
It was good?
Busy.
Busy.
How was yours?
Oh man, it was a lot going on, but focus, dedication, and discipline. So we're gonna start this episode off, and what we're gonna be talking about this week basically is child support. And the first thing we're gonna talk about is should non-active mothers pay child support? I'm not too sure how I feel about that. If a mother is not active in their child's life, if they should still pay child support, that's all going to come down on a father and his pride.
Yeah, but I feel like if you have that child, just like a man can pay child support, a woman needs to step up and play her part too. Because it's not fair that everything relies solely on just the man.
Agreed.
The same way men are supposed to step up and handle their responsibilities, I feel like a female needs to do the same. Because who's to say that man can take care of that child by himself financially?
Exactly. But with a man, if a man has a child with a non-active mother, the first thing that comes to mind is, well, he's a man. He should be able to provide. That's the number one thing that comes. Nobody feels like they should have to tell a woman that you have to pay a man for any reason. You get me?
But it's not just going toward the man, it's for the child. That's how I look at it. Like, it's for the kid. Like, both of y'all laid down and made this child. Both of y'all need to handle the responsibilities. And the same way a woman is bold enough to take a man to court, I commend men that are bold enough to take a woman to court.
Ooh,
Pride do play a big part in it, and men don't always want to ask a female to do it. But when it all falls down, I think it's equal. It needs to be equal. Women always fighting for equality. It needs to be equal. If a man can do it, a woman can do it. That's just how I look at it.
would you look at a man sideways if you found out this type of information?
No.
Okay.
Me personally, no.
As a man, I would not, but at the same time, society probably would, because
But society not raising that child.
well, you know what they say, it takes a
A
family-
village,
a-
but who are really there?
Who's in that village?
It's always a village until that child needs something, and everybody ghosts and they disappear.
Agreed.
So I don't care about nothing society says. Society ain't buying wipes and diapers,
You ain't lying.
and that add up.
I want people to also know, like, just to give you a heads up, this is just a personal point of view.
Right.
I don't have any kids, so it's really hard for me to have a say in this situation. But if a man was to say, you know what, you don't want to, normally how I look at it is it's a breakup involved. It starts off with a breakup and how spiteful either parent is fin to be.
Females.
Oh, God. I didn't want to say it, but
Female.
it's all about, because it could be a situation where one situation could easily be a breakup happens, the child is affected, and what happens is now it's all about their next step. So if a man moves on and the woman is stuck with the child, so now the woman's like, I'm gonna just take him to I'm gonna take him to court regardless.
My thing is, it's not, and this is completely my opinion. This does not have to do with anybody's situation. But my thing is, when it comes to that statement, I'm the type of person where when I have a child, I'm looking at it like I'm already preparing myself like, all right, I got to take care of this child. I'm preparing myself to do it by myself, whether their dad is involved or not. So it's like, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I'm putting you on child support just because I'm miserable. If I'm putting you on child support, it's for a legit reason.
Okay.
A legit reason, like you're not stepping up. But I'm not going to force you to step up because, like I said, in my head, I'm already prepared that I got to take care of this child by myself. And even if I'm with their father, in my head, I'm going to take care of my child by myself. And anything that you do is an extra.
Agreed. This is how I always looked at it. And once again, as a person that has no kids, when I always assumed that, like, if there's a situation where child support is involved, then that just means the parent is completely ghosted and inactive, because the main word in child support is support.
Exactly.
So even if you can have men out here that's paying top dollars and women boosting up the amount that they need, and a man still not being there.
Yeah.
A man be like, all right, I pay $2,000 every month for child support. I'm still not in that child's life, so is that still considered support?
Now, you know what's funny about that? I had to do a little research. So I seen that a man or a woman cannot refuse to pay child support even if the other parent is not letting them see their child. I feel as though that's unfair. It's not that other parents' fault that they can't see their child. Some, I'm gonna say women, because this happens a lot with women. Some women are very petty and very spiteful, and they keep these kids away from their fathers because they can't be with them, or they're doing something that their father doesn't. I mean, that they don't like, and it's like these are not faults of their child. So you're messing up the child life, keeping the father away, and especially the fact that there are some men that are good fathers, and it's so messed up that they have this image painted that men are not involved in their child's life, but when a man is involved, the mother of that child completely turns them away.
Yes.
It is a blessing to have your child's father in their life.
I want to try to like stay online with the whole fact of females paying child support or females being in the court system, because I feel like the more we talk about child support, there's always going to be a line that's going to push us towards
The
males.
men,
We were
right.
always going to be, because if anything happened, people will. If a woman has a child and the parent, the father is not in that child's life, people will talk about how strong the female is to, she's here, she's stepping up to the plate, she's working extra shit, she's doing what she got to do. But
She's
if
doing her job.
she's doing
as a parent.
exactly, she's doing what she's supposed to do. But if that was vice versa, we would be like, we would have already said you're doing what you're supposed to do. It wouldn't be look how strong he is, look how extra he is, look at what he's doing. There would be nothing like that.
Right.
All everybody would be saying is, okay, you want a cookie? It's nothing. It's nothing more to it.
Like, you shouldn't be praised for raising your child.
Exactly.
That's why I say I do think that women that are not active in their child's life definitely need to be on child support. And I looked at that earlier, and they say 52.7% of mothers are awarded child support, but only 39.6% of men are awarded child support. Why is that? Why is it such a big difference in numbers? Just like the court, I think the courts need to do better.
Agreed.
Like, the justice system definitely need to do better, because they favor women more than they favor men, but they don't look at what's best for the child. Everything is about money. And at the end of the day, them kids grow up resenting their parents. And then I'm tired of hearing, oh, well, so-and-so paying child support, but they using it for their bills and stuff like that. And they talking about, well, them bills is paying to keep a roof over your child's head. At the end of the day, that's something you have to do with the child or without a child. That's not an excuse.
Because this is how I also look at it. What really gets to me is sometimes it's the like I said, the key word of child support, because you can have financial support, but what about emotional support? The child's going through something. You need to be there for the child. But what also gets me is the amount of money that they ask from the other parent, because I realized this, and this is from something that I saw. The mother was not making. She was making like pennies on a dime, and the system was asking for this obnoxious amount from the father, and I'm staring at both of them like, y'all two together don't even make that amount, but you want him to go above and beyond for the child support. And I put it in quotations because, once again, financial support is not the only support.
Right.
So
Women definitely get special treatment, I'll tell you that much.
I agree.
And I'm speaking as a woman myself. We definitely get special treatment, and I don't think that it's fair. And I do think that this is what turns a man away from wanting to be in that child life. Because it's like y'all feuding. At the end of the day, y'all should come together.
I don't think, for one, and by you bringing it into the system, I don't think that, for one, you're never going to get what you want at the end of the day.
Right.
And 9 times out of 10, what you want is actually for some women, you might want the family back. You might want that man back in your life. But you're not going to get that at the fact that now you decided, oh, well, I'm taking him to the system, and
Okay, Squeeze and Juice, I see your question. Who in this room has kids? I do. Listen, I'm not on child support, and neither is my son's father, but I'm just speaking from my opinion. Child support shouldn't determine whether you're in your child's life. Agreed. It definitely shouldn't. But what I'm saying is sometimes when the man and the woman are so busy attacking each other in court, that turns a man away from wanting to be in their child's life. That's what I'm saying. And I'm saying that from people that I know that have been through that, and it doesn't make it right. But I mean, it happens, especially if you can't afford it, or if you feel like you're doing for your child and you're still on child support and you don't agree with it. So again, I'm just speaking from experience, not from my experience, but from other people's. We are in the system because one of the parties think it's okay to have a child in this world and not offer any support. But there are some good fathers out there that are on child support. Like, I have a friend, and he's been on child support since 16, and honestly, I didn't even know that was possible. And the mother of his child put him on child support because he moved on, and she didn't want him to.
And that right there
is a selfish reason.
Exactly. That's selfish, spiteful. That's utterly disgusting.
But the thing that gets me is he still takes care of his child. Mm-hmm. He buys expensive stuff for that child. He has his child. He takes them places. He still do for him. But he's put on child support because his baby mother wanted to be with him. And the thing is, I'm sorry.
No, you good. No.
The thing is,
please keep the comments rolling in, please.
The thing is, she still asks him for money to buy him clothes and buy him shoes and stuff. But my thing is, if you have him on child support, why are you not using that money that he's giving you to go buy this stuff?
So what gets to me is always, and I always looked at it in a bothersome way, is when a mother, or you go and get child support from the father, mm-hmm. and that money goes towards the roof over the head, bills, rent, mm-hmm. the mortgage, whatever. Something that for both of y'all, both the mother and the child.
Right.
The thing that bothers me is the extra. So if a mother's like, hey, he needs school clothes, I need more money. So mm-hmm. A mother that is willing to go outside of the system and ask directly, like, you have to do this. He needs school clothes, and people will literally look at a father like, you're disgusting if you don't buy it. You get what I'm saying? Christmas come around. A father can easily be like, well, I do give out child support, so if I have my kids, I will do something with them. And a mother will be like, no, you have to do something too.
Right. Now, we see some of your comments. Hold on. We're going to go up some because I do see that we missed some comments.
All right. So, from this week that we passed, a couple comments that we wrote down were from x.o.__London. Yes, any active parent should be on child support. Any active parent should be on child support?
Maybe I wrote that wrong.
No,
any non-active parent should be on child
support. Yes. Any non-active parent should be on child support. I still feel like there should be some type of agreement too. Mm-hmm. Like, just, I feel like child support should also be determined by visitation.
Yeah.
How often do you get your child? How often do you, receive your child? How often, that should be a big thing that determines most of child support.
Right.
F_with_able. That is a unique name.
That's an interesting name, right?
She said F, yeah. She said F, right. B, you had that baby. Now take care of that baby by any means.
Exactly.
I guess you robbing banks, because if you ain't got the money, you going to jail.
But look at it this way too. How many times do we have conversations with our friends like, oh, he's not doing nothing for a child, and he had a baby and he don't take care of him? But how often do you hear a man speaking about, oh, she's not doing anything for her child, or she's not taking care of him? Now, we do got some of the ladies out here that go party more than they got their kids. Mm-hmm. I do say that, but I feel as though it needs to be equal. Just like we can talk about a man not taking care of his child, so can a woman. And I don't think that the courts see it that way. And I feel as though women get off a lot easier than men. when it comes to paying child support. Because I feel like, again, and I will keep saying, if a woman has a child, she's not taking care of him, she needs to be on child support just like a man.
Because on top of that, and another thing behind it is I don't think they, like, if a woman's like, he moved on, so now I'm going to do it, that is something that you should, like, you know, really think deeper into. If you, the only reason you want the money out of his pocket is because you feel like the money that's going into another female should be yours, then that's not your decision. You can't be like, oh, I see you and your new girlfriend got something. You can be like, I see you and your new girlfriend got something, blah, blah, blah. And now, all right, well, I'm taking you to court because you got a bonus at work or you got a higher position. That's not the correct thing to go. That's not the correct way to go about it.
Nope, but you know, as soon as they see that money rolling in, it's a whole nother ball game.
Agreed.
But guys, we're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back.
All right.
You know, I don't know what I'm doing. Hold up.
Drag us on. I can't with you.
This is
Doing what I gotta do. What up, dog?
We the best music.
I guess I'm on my down. What that mean? I'ma go.
DJ Khaled.
Straight up. Late nights mixed with early days. It'll probably be that way until the pearly gates. Stress weighing on me, they want me to nervous break. These hoes throwing fake love when I prefer to hate, man. At least if you real, then I have to respect it. Realize the energy you give is what you manifest. So understand we positive as could be. The vision is still intact. The show is fresh out of seats. Boy, it's never going south unless we down in South Beach. Khaled on the jet skis, preaching what you believe in. Everything fast up the food. Watch what we eating. If it add a couple years to our life, then we might go vegan. Whoa. I hear a little bit of me and all your favorite rappers. You know it's true. Money, respect, dude, not related. Either way, I'ma take it just like it's taxes. No wonder I'm on fire. I done been to hell and back. Lately I've been living life in detachment. I practice 7 spiritual laws and cut off distractions. We've been all in the Hollywood Hills and never been acting Detroit. Gave me an accent in Christ. Gave me his passion. Father, help us. Police doing target practice with real bodies. Mamas in the street crying, standing over a still body. News over stressing. We under investigation every day off to the races. Can't with you if you racist. Beat your until you purple. They can't even tell what your race is. Dr. Kimmy, Dr. Dre, so this doctor lost all his patience. Had you tied up in the basement with you and your partner facing adjacent until you deposit payment of reparations. If you shoot me, then you gotta deal with a holy me. It feel like I'm finally free and unlock my spirit with the holy key. Holy key. Holy key. Holy key. Holy key.
And I'ma celebrate it for a long time. The driver couldn't break me, now it's all mine. Surrounded by my angels and we all shine. Holy, 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 holy king. And I'ma celebrate it for a long time. The driver couldn't break me, now it's all mine. Surrounded by my angels and we all shine. Holy, 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 holy king.
Everything I touch may disintegrate into dust. Everything I trust may dishonor me in disgust. Come on. Everything is everything. Alpha Davis and wedding rings. Out for blood on my higher horse. I report what it was. I don't wear crosses no more. Yasha was coming back. I ain't scared of losses no more. I see life in that. I don't resonate with the concept of love and hate. Cause your perspective is less effective and rather fake. The universe and the heavens work in my DNA. Kendrick says, Mother Earth, that's PSA. The land of the wicked, the foundation of Lucifer's spirit. Walking zombies and spell catchers, I pray for forgiveness. Uncle Bobby and Paul June is lost again. The underworld and the fourth dimension my family's in. The big money, the fast cars my life produced. The blacks I connected while rebuilding this Rubik's Cube. So what you look up to? Fame and fortune, Porsche sources with designer thing. Brand endorsement, joining forces with sorcerer signing me. Law enforcement that forces us, tortures us with violent speed. Your boss's employment, my joy is to see how you bleed. Two new voices with choices of color, my desire need. Grabbing oyster with gorgeous abortions, I require thee. Flesh and poison, the boy is the reason you won't die in peace. Open door for my boy, now they eating, we say Finally, I destroy and divorce what you eating, don't you hire me. Take recording my voices and tweaking, let's play hide and seek. More distortion and forfeit this evening, you should try at least. I'm restoring the portrait of feasting, I am beast. I don't like to sleep, I'm up like Coyote, I might OD. Hair like Cody B, I'm off for higher knee. Calendar's valid, I've been looking for inspiration. But when you the holy king, you the only one in the matrix.
So it's me next.
Huh?
Is it my question next?
You got another question?
So,
All right. So we are back with the next question. I think we already discussed this though. Why do good fathers get put on child support?
well, listen, once again, as a person that doesn't have a child, but, you know, I see everything, fathers get put on child support out of spitefulness because they're, well, you said why do good fathers get put?
Mm-hmm.
Because they move on, because thinking that they're able to start a new relationship, because a mother sees a good man doing better in life. A man decides, you know, he's going to take his own route. He can, like, if a child is old enough, instead of, you know, giving the money to the mother, she might be like, all right, he might like, all right, I'll just start giving it to, you know, the child. That's more like when they get older. Because a mother, that's kind of like the basis for me.
I think for me, it's to tear a man down. Tear down his pride, tear down his self-esteem, and ruin him. Not to say ruin his relationship with his child, but if you have a good, like I said, having your child's father in their life is a blessing already. Because we don't get that, especially with African-American families. We don't get that too often. There are guys that just have multiple kids and they just leave.
Agreed.
So it's like to have that child's father in their life, that is definitely a blessing. And women take advantage of that. And they do anything that they can to tear a man down.
Yes.
It could be, oh, I don't like some people, I don't like his family, or they don't do nothing for him. They don't have anything to do with that man.
Nothing.
So that's just being out of female selfishness. And I see this a lot, and it's unreal how many girls be like, oh, he on child support and he's still not doing nothing. You are taking every penny and dime from this man that do his absolute best. He might not have the best job, but he's spending time with his child. He's there for his child whenever you need him. He giving you money. He giving your child money. He buying your kid a phone, doing stuff that you are not doing. But just because, like I seen, okay, not to veer off topic, but I did see this situation where the girl wanted, she was getting child support, but she felt like it wasn't enough because she couldn't afford name brand clothes for her child. And she had to buy clothes from Walmart. You still buying clothes, right?
Agreed.
If you want to go get name brand stuff, you spend that money and go get name brand stuff. But you can't hold him accountable because you want your child to wear certain stuff.
I feel like they should either rename child support to like child financial situation. Because it's really crazy for you to be like, all right, well, I'll put this good, wholesome man, you know, that I once had. That's the one thing about it that I once had. It's crazy to be like, all right, I have this good, wholesome man that I once had and put him on child support because I don't like something that he does now.
Right.
It's not, I don't think it's necessarily fair. I feel like, you know, you should understand the court doesn't see color, they see black and white. So I feel like it should be more understanding behind it. It's a situation, I just like saw this the other day. A woman, now, you know, definitely, you know, chime in when you feel like I said something wrong. I saw a situation the other day. that this relationship, it was a relationship, man, woman. They had their first child. This woman was cheating on this man. Not like 6 days out of 7 days out the week. And when they separated, he found him a new partner. She got full custody of the child and took him to child support for, he said, like 60 to 70% of his check. That's not, you're the cause of the breakup. You're the cause of this family breaking apart. And now I still have to pay you just because the court system allows you. I only get the child 3 days out of the 4. The 3 days out of the 7, and you got 4, so that makes you a full parent.
Right.
So then I'm just like, I don't find that to be correct.
Ooh. So first of all, I'm gonna say 60 to 70% of somebody's check. That's disrespectful. Like, what am I even working for at this point?
Exactly.
And I told you, I have done, my friend that's going through all of this. They took his stimulus check. They take your taxes. I mean, that's, of course, if you're behind, but what they don't understand is some people do fall behind. First of all, it's COVID right now. People done lost their jobs and everything else, and they still gotta pay this child support. So it's like they're doing for your child on top of paying child support, but then you fall behind, and of course looking at you like, okay, why are you not providing for your child?
Exactly.
My thing is, I feel like a man should be able to fight that. Keep your receipts. Look, I bought my child this, I bought my child that, and like try to fight that, because I don't think that it's fair. That
in that type of situation, so how I feel is, I think the court system kind of think that like men should bow down. Like, even if we went there with receipts and we went there with records of like everything we done took the child to Disney World, we done got the child the best sneakers and clothes, we done did so much with this child. The court system will look at you and be like, okay, that's what you're supposed to do. But if it was vice versa, they'll look at a woman like, you're doing amazing, you're doing a lot.
Not to cut you off real quick. Squeeze and Juice, you can request to be in our live, because I see you got a lot of comments. I'm here for it. Teach me something that I don't know. But go ahead, continue what you were saying.
No, I'm gonna see.
Oh, you can do that?
Let me see if I can. That's not where.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh, you good? All right. Let's see how this go.
And then 1ms1. Shakira, we see you. You can request to be in our live too also, because we do want to hear from you guys. Because again, I'm not in this situation. My son's dad isn't on child support. I'm not on child support. And Don don't have no kids. So teach us some stuff that we don't know. We want to hear from y'all too.
This is all we saying right now is from point of view.
Just our opinion.
From the outside looking in, and how we feel like it's not. We trying to show it from every point of view that we get to see.
Right. Because let me tell y'all, I go off of, I'm just speaking off of like friends that I know that's going through some stuff like this, or like family members, but you know, I don't always know the ins and outs of somebody's situation.
What's up, sis?
Hey.
Hey, yo, sorry. I was trying to write my paper, but now y'all send me a request. Like,
It's okay, it'll wait.
Yeah.
So you guys were speaking on child support situations that aren't valid. Like, you guys are saying, like, why is the good dad on child support? Why aren't moms on child support? If the dad is actually present in the child's life, why is he on child support? But you guys were speaking on where none of those things occur.
That is true. So I see where you're going, like the people that should actually be on child support, like speaking on, okay.
Listen.
But I mean, I think
we actually did. The one moment we said was, if a parent isn't active in a child's life, then we feel like it's not a way to. Don't do that. Don't do that. Listen, if a parent is not active in a child's life, and we decide like, all right, well, that's the only way we can get them. Is even if the parent doesn't want to be in the child's life, we gotta get some way to take care of this child that's here.
And I think we also trying to speak on situations that are not like usual situations, because there are a lot of people that deserve to be on it. But I think we speaking for the people that don't deserve it also. Because I think they go unnoticed. Some people really don't deserve it, but these are their every life situations. Definitely.
Agreed.
I'm not putting you on
Definitely.
child support because you have a new girlfriend. I'm putting you on child support because you saw fit to no longer care for your child in any manner. Then you guys also said that people always focus on the money. What you have to understand is that a child never stops costing.
That's
Agreed.
true.
Agreed.
Even though we're in COVID, children are still very much so in school. Children are still growing. Children are still eating. Children still need financial stability just as well as we do. So although you may have fell back on your child support, somebody had to pick up those pieces that you fell back on. So it
Exactly.
doesn't negate the fact that you still should be paying child support. And the mother, and like you said, we should normalize mothers being on child support because that's the aspect too. So I don't necessarily want to say mother or father. I just want to say parent.
Right.
The primary parent has to pick up the pieces 100% of the time. The primary parent can't say, I don't have it, I'm not going to get it, I don't know when I'm going to get it, oh, this week I'm messed up, all those things. You can't provide those excuses, you just have to do it. But in the situations you guys speak of, there are people who do take advantage of the courts, and those situations occur often. But there are people who actually don't want to be in court. There are parents who have tried and tried and tried to resolve these situations outside of court, and they were left with absolutely nothing. So
Nothing.
what work
Yes.
need to do? Every parent doesn't see child support as a ticket to Miami. That's just not it, right?
I'm about to say during COVID, that's $125.
Exactly.
That's good in my book. That's
Every parent is not like, oh,
That's a
oh,
seafood
we
bag.
got that child support check. And when you say child support, people automatically think it's a check, like it's a lot of money. Some people only get $15 on child support. Some
Ooh.
people only get $35. Everybody's not getting hundreds of thousands of dollars on child support. So when you say the words child support, it automatically evokes an emotion that you think you're getting a lot of money and
Exactly.
you're not. So if your friend comes to you like, yeah, my baby mom got me on child support, she growing, and I get my son every weekend, or I get my son every other weekend, there are 5 other days that you're not getting your child.
That's true.
And there's a whole lot more money that you're not giving your child because you're not mentioning how much you have to pay on child support. So there are like a lot of scenarios when it comes to child support, but I just don't like the narrative that every mom, that every parent that puts the opposite parent on child support is bitter or doesn't have anything better to do or is jealous. That's not always the case. Like,
Agreed. We just from the outside pointing in how. All right, so when you find out that there's a man out there taking care of their child and he decides to put his baby mom on child support, society looks at that as a flaw. Society looks at that as like, as a man, you should be able to provide. But if
but society said the same thing for women too. As a woman,
You should be able to provide. Right.
Either way, it's a toxic mindset.
Exactly.
You have to normalize being there for your child. The court shouldn't have to tell you to do that. You know that it costs money to have a child. You know it costs money to raise a child. Whether you're a man or a woman, you shouldn't leave a parent to do that on their own. Everybody doesn't have a strong support system that they can rely on. Everybody doesn't have friends or family. So if I did take you to child support court, and of course, this isn't everybody, but like I said, everybody isn't bitter and everybody isn't broke. There's an in
Right.
between.
Facts.
Like there are parents who make a good amount of money, but who still think you shouldn't get off scot free. There are parents who have other kids who say like, oh, well, I had to do nothing because I had kids. Like
Exactly.
to take all of these scenarios and to be mindful of every individual
Everybody's situation is
Yes.
different. Right.
Yes.
Every situation is different because there's somebody who's child support right now paying $5, making $100,000.
But at this point, what's the point of that?
So, does it matter on how much the opposite partner is making?
Yes.
Yeah, it
that
does.
is a factor. So how much both parents make is taken into consideration. The education level of both parents is taken into consideration. There are many factors when it comes to child support. It's not, I'm going to court and I want him to pay $1 million. He's paying $1 million.
Right.
It doesn't work that way at all. Like, so it definitely depends on each individual situation. How much money you make, how much time you get, your assets, like do you have property, do you own a car, like all those things are taken into consideration. And it just sucks that I'm not gonna say that people don't see the kids because people we're here for the kids.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But I
Like,
think-
they say, like, oh, I gave you this money for milk. Who told you you needed? Did I say you needed milk? Here, if he's in my house, he has a room in my house. You need to be paying his rent. You gotta pay his chair. We got a room here. Don't give me $8 and tell me go ahead and time my life, or don't give me money and then you say, oh well, we saw you on vacation. You sure did. I had to time my life too. So they say these things like, oh, I give you money for sneakers and you don't buy sneakers.
Right.
But all right, so as fathers, or either parent, that's the only situation where we try to look sideways at it because we're trying to figure out once a parent kicks out that check, no matter how.
Thank you. Have a good day.
But see, I think that's where I was going with it. Like, even if that other parent is kicking out the check and everything, and then on top of that, buying stuff, like you said, even if they buy the wrong shoes and stuff like that, but they're trying. You see what I'm saying? Like, they still... Okay, true.
That's exactly.
You can absolutely not have any money, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could do things that take the financial burden
Off of you, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we can offset it. You know, it's like if we can totally work together, there are other ways outside of
Child support, yeah.
That's where I'm just speaking financially. But if you can help me outside of that, then sure, we can do whatever it takes to raise this child. But like, you can't say I'm trying and you show up with a pair of sneakers that's too small. No, that's not trying. You can't say I'm trying and you were supposed to get home for 5 days and you only showed up for one. That's not
How long
trying.
will it take
So like you said, you know, you said
commercial.
trying with the
How long
level of
will it take
trying.
commercial?
We can do that.
Wait. All right. So we appreciate you. Do a quick.
Thank you for your insight.
Do a quick promo for your business.
Oh, absolutely. Follow Squeeze and Juice. We offer fruit infused sea moss. We offer vegetable juices, fruit juices, nut milk, smoothies upon request. We have a wellness shot, and we also offer 100% ginger shots. We're here for the community. We have everything you need to build your immune system, and we love you all. Thank y'all so much.
Oh, thank
Appreciate
you.
you, Nick.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. Why would I do this? I think I played this song.
Hey,
Did I
listen,
play this?
I
I don't know
think
where
so.
all our music
Where did all the music come?
I don't know.
Oh,
Here
right
we
there.
go.
There you go. Well,
sound.
that was quite educational.
On the grind, gunning for the checks. These niggas don't know the half. These niggas don't know the half. See the clothes, see the cash. Getting high for the low. Yeah, these niggas don't know the half. These niggas don't know the half. I swear to God, these niggas don't know the half.
Rewind now.
Smoke stress to the real stress. Kill 'em off like I got a mask on it. Guillotine 'em, you don't know the half of it. Whole squad winning, you got small money. Don't need too many hands, I need all of it. You ain't never been around, call me Tupac. Pull up in my old hood in a new drop. On that kush, blow a cloud up. I'm the man, yeah, I'm proud of it. Blowing bands, got 'em jumping out the window. Shot on shot, I post some more and call it reload. No, I pull up on them like a free throw. Or go straight up the middle like I'm D-Rose. Twist your titties like a whip and get another one. Wanna grab it, push it, smash and get another one. See my dogs on top, that's a math up. Multiply that money up, no, that's just half of it.
Rewind now.
Smoke stress to the real stress.
Smoke that cushion, baby. Meanwhile, me and you stunning, they look mushy, baby. I don't want cook, I want a boogie, baby. I know that look shit out the park to let you know I'm not no rookie, baby. Take a breath. These niggas don't know the hell of the first step. On my day when it was I don't pit through, I don't stutter step. That's taking. You know the pimp, you don't know the steps. She shot with it, she dry it out, and then she lay it. That head I brought that door back, like I'm in the 80s. I'ma pimp the parking lot, I'ma let you play it. Nah, you don't have a body stop, but you can relay it. Yeah, and I'm like, woo. You don't know the hell, you don't know the motherfucking truth. You don't know how much stress I release when I'm on boots. It's all a lie, you don't know what come behind the groove. It's a lie, but get what, little nigga, I do.
Rewind now.
Okay, so Shakira, we are about to send you the request now. Ooh, how you doing?
So what you gonna do with that? And
There we
then
go.
that.
Send request.
All right, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Even though
Listen,
we ain't go nowhere with y'all,
we
but
ain't go
we
nowhere.
went somewhere with the other people. Hey.
So let me just speak on. I'm not in a situation, but my opinion on it. Like my brother is 32, and my mom is just now getting her child support from like my brother's dad and stuff. Like it was back child
Oh, wow.
support. And the crazy thing is, after all these years, she was thinking like when they went to like settle in court that she was gonna get money. He was only giving her $5 out of each check.
What
So
the?
after all these years, you're not getting nothing. And then
What?
like, go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was trying to do the math behind it. You was
Yeah,
getting
cause I'm sitting there like, dang, like $5. That's it
said
out of
it, you
each
said it.
check. So my thing is, how much is
like
a check?
so.
But also remember, he got other kids. He has 21 other kids.
You said 21 other kids. You said 21 other kids.
21 other kids.
Listen, I'm gonna say this right now, and I say this from the bottom of my feet. I'm gonna say this. We need to get rid of him. Why is he building a civilization? He got a starting basketball team going both ways.
Wait.
He got a starting football team and backups and a head coach. This is
Wait.
unacceptable. He has a lacrosse team in his arsenal.
Wait,
Yes, we
so
all-
is
yes,
he on child
21.
support? Is he on child support for all of them
For all
kids?
21 kids?
He got for all the kids. All the kids. Like,
Oh, that's a
My goodness. My heart.
Well, listen. If he decided that, and all those, I don't know how many mothers is involved with those 21, but if he decided that, that means his personality was very unacceptable to society. At the fact that they did not even try to like, maybe we can work it out, we can talk it out. If they decided like, oh well, all these 21 kids, we don't care about how many other kids you got with whoever.
Right.
We want. Pay your part over here and go on with your life since you decided to move on. That 21?
But back to what the person previous was saying, like I truly agree. Because if my husband gave me some money, it's plenty of time when he gave me money. I was like, boy, stop rushing stuff out go sleep. You give me money for the household, and my son don't need nothing. Yes, my son do not need anything, and I love that. But also, I do love that my husband give my son the time.
Right.
He'll tell you, hey, who you want, who you love, we already did. He'll tell you. He'll say right now, like, yeah, oh yeah.
He's showing off now. He's showing off.
He said he know the camera rolling.
He's like, all right.
But he'll tell you straight up that he wants his dad, and it's like, because of the whole COVID thing right now. So it's like people that's in, like, get away from me. People that's in trouble and stuff that is getting their child support and stuff. Like I really feel for them, because at the end of the day, you can get that child just you can walk around a block, you can talk to that child. At the end of the day, all they gonna remember is the time. Money is not important to me. Money, I feel like money goes to the household or the person that's in charge.
Regardless,
And
right.
even if you are on child support, and I feel like you paying the bills for that rent, that's fine. At the end of the day, we're obligated to do that, because at the end of the day, people, we really in a pandemic. So if somebody give me some money, I'm gonna make sure my bills is paid. A lot of people lose jobs right now,
Right.
and I'm really happy that I'm not one of the people that lost my job.
And my thing is, I feel like you just said, the time that you spend with your child, you can't get that time back. The milestones, the memories that you make, that's what a child gonna remember. Not the money that you spending or the money that you're not spending. Because that's always gonna be the
I
downfall.
wish my daddy give me the time instead of just keep giving me them $10 when I was growing up and stuff.
Exactly. Cause in reality, huh?
I really wish my dad really did give me the time. But times, I'm like, all right, remember them times?
And unfortunately, a lot of kids these days can't say that though. They can't say that they had time with their fathers. They can't say that they got memories with their fathers, because like we said, everything is not about money, but it seems like when it comes,
People make it about the money, though.
right.
At the end of the day, and then it's for some folks, like for instance, at the end of the day, if you want to have a child, remember at the end of the day, that is your kid.
Your child.
Yes.
I don't care what the situation is, that is your child.
And
I
that's
don't care if you gotta go out and get yourself some pussy. That's your kid to make sure that
we are live. We are live.
Oh Okay, so we truly appreciate your opinion and how you feel about that
But
situation.
no, I feel like
You a mom. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Agreed.
Stand on the table at the end of the day. I don't care what the situation is.
and that's why I said earlier.
You gotta make that money. Don't let that money make you. Make
Did
that
she just quote Players Club? Did she just quote Players? So she dropped the P-bomb, and then she decided to quote Players Club. And then we found out that her father has 21 other
21
kids.
kids.
I'm sick of it. I'm just sick of this. I'm sick of it right now.
Stuck on that 21.
Yes.
21.
You understand 21? You understand? He has his own family reunion. He is good. He can make T-shirts for his own team. 21.
You know
In the
what?
comments, please tell me what you would do if you had a starting 21 lineup. I already know. One of them going to the NFL. I promise you,
know
that. I'm opening my own gym, and they're gonna be spotting everybody in there. 21 other kids. Oh my.
But now, my thing with 21 kids, or having a lot of kids in general, is like the time that you spend with each kid. Like, do you is it some kids feel like, you know, they get treated better than the other kids, or they get more time, or is he paying more child support for them other kids? Like that, whew, that's a lot.
Let me tell you something. The funny thing about this, because my brother name is Daryl Carter, why him and 5 other his brothers all got the same motherfucking
Name? Wait, I got a friend like that.
We dropping bombs. You know, we try to keep it.
We
are
are
live on the radio, on YouTube, and on the gram. We trying to keep it real PG-13. But the same
He ran out of
name,
names. He ran
the
out.
names or wait, same names or initials?
No. Let me tell you. His dad name is Daryl Stacy Carter. Him and all 5 of his brothers name is Daryl Stacy Carter.
Hold up. So it's only 20.
I'm trying to be serious.
I'm so serious.
At this point,
The
like,
Jackson 21. It's the Jackson 21 for me. Listen, I'm just saying,
that's like, how you know which one you talking to? Like, do they call him Stacy
but
one or like?
that's that old mom remedy. Like, you know how growing up, your mom would call you by just one of the.
At this point, you be like, you come here.
Yeah, you be like, you come on. You know who I was talking about. My mom be calling me by my brother name, but she be like, you know who I'm talking about. Just come here. Oh man.
That's funny.
Oh my God, you ran out of.
Had one child, and that's the topic with his name. I'll be like, hey, come here. So you
Nika Boo 3 said we got Junior 1 and Junior 2.
Junior 1, Junior 2,
Like,
Junior
how do
3,
you
the
feel?
third.
No, but my thing is, how do you feel like as that sibling and your siblings got the same name as you? Like, how do you feel? Y'all are.
the crazy thing is they always think the same year. That's the so you
I'm gonna say this right now.
sorry, I don't
I'ma
mean
say
to
I
laugh,
quit.
but this
I
sound
quit.
unreal.
This sounds unreal.
Yes,
You telling
like-
me he had 21 kids all in 1987. All of them was just born in 1 year.
so it was 89
89.
So all these kids is born the same year. Not the same. Not the.
Meanwhile, all of them are just only. My one brother's birthday is December 7th, and then the other birthday, because we all neutral, we're all cool, and other birthdays like 15th, like all.
So they close. Hold on. So that means multiple baby moms. Multiple.
It's literally multiple. It's not like single mom. It's literally
Ooh.
multiple single mom.
Ooh.
And the crazy thing is, they all was cool.
It's like a movie.
What? Like what? First of all, it is 12 months in a year. So he wasn't.
I'm over here trying to calculate it myself. Like,
That's what I was just thinking. It's dead ass. It's dead a baby bloomer in 1 year. What? And that wasn't that during the crack era? This is. Hold up.
That was back in the day, almost. You know, they ain't really had nothing to do back in the day, but make babies.
Was
So-
that? If this was happening during the pandemic, if this is what's going down during the 2019 pandemic of Corona, can we please not let this happen? Find your baby father and have a nice talk with him. Make sure he's not out here thotting and bopping.
Wait, hold on, because I want to get back to the topic for a
I
minute.
need to call.
You said
born in '89.
Wait. Wait, I just had one question. So you said he's 32 and your mom is just now getting that child support? Just now getting back child support?
Yeah, they just now just now getting back child support. And you gotta think it'd be crazy because multiple people is on child support. Say you got multiple women on child support, you gotta divide all that money by each one. So it's you're not really getting nothing. And then it's the money that you do get, you have to sacrifice. You gotta think okay, am I gonna pay my privileges?
Right.
Or am I gonna put food on the table?
Right.
He was for the streets.
That's a hard situation. And that's how people are, the situation, with us in the pandemic right now, people are in situations like this.
Agreed. So,
well, this was an interesting one.
we appreciate you chiming in.
Thank you. You gave us a good laugh, I tell you that one.
We definitely. That's gonna be. Oh man, appreciate you.
All right, see you.
So are we going into commercial or are we going with the question? All right, so moving on to our next question after finding out. Huh? Are we supposed to? All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break.
A quick
Just
break.
remember to transfer over and then play the song.
Oh, no, I did it.
You got to grab the song and then.
What I do?
You got to play the song now.
I did. Why I didn't work?
Is the volume up?
It should be.
Come on.
Because I read some comments.
Oh, man. So back up to the Jackson 21. Yo, she was. It's only 24. Go. We gotta go Google Darius Daniel Carter. We gotta figure out who is who. That's definitely.
What happened? What did I just miss?
Yo, she wild. You wild with that? We ain't gonna read that one. You're not reading that one. We gonna skip. But yeah, we definitely appreciate y'all chiming in. Keep dropping.
Take who chain off, not good. Probably in some fast with a Glock in the hood. Course that takes spell and walk on the wood. First turn from the hood, they curious. Four inquiries about 5 in jury.
I get the comments with number this period. I got your B on one, put on the mirrors. First young in the A2 land, run a 14 mil, started 14 grams. Dope boy Dickies and diamonds and Tim. You shouldn't play with that boy, he is not one of them.
Bro, I kept taking L's, finally got me an M. Still making double, I don't call when I spin. S550 2018. Gotta come 20 if you hopping in the Benz. Young turn from the D to the A. I'm rocking with the Lions.
Yeah, I'm rocking with the Braves. Yeah, we pay.
Yeah, we pay.
I'ma turn it up a little more this time. Used to dream about getting out, got it on drive. I had a spot like a varsity. What do you have? You buy 20, I front what you buy. I put on drip, I believe I can fly. Nigga, know that I'm rich, but they know not to try. I had a show in Detroit and I started reviving. Spent 50 on all of the guys. All of these in these stores make a mission. And plus I'ma tip them, they holding my size. Get in your car and just put on your flashes and follow the hearse. And you say you gon' ride, cause somebody gon' die if they with us. Turn a 5 to a dime, that's a double up. Around walking church with my double cup. This that happen, I'm praying, I give it up. Take a stay with the wood, make him give it up. Know I ran through a meal every week off of weed. Bro, beat the truck, I can give me some street. Got a back in the pickup, I won't even leave. Run it up around, get the vet DT. Keep a hot boy with me, I got love for DG. Chasing his paper since 12 or 13, running around in these streets, it was me and Marquise.
First turn from the hood, they curious. 4 inquiries about 5 in jury.
I get the comments with number this period. I got your B on one, put on the mirrors. First young in the A2 land, run a 14 mil, started 14 grams. Dope boy Dickies and diamonds and Tim. You shouldn't play with that boy, he is not one of them.
Bro, I kept taking L's, finally got me an M. Still making double, I don't call when I spin. S550 2018. Gotta come 20 if you hopping in the Benz. Young turn from the D to the A. I'm rocking with the Lions.
Yeah, I'm rocking with the Braves. Yeah, we pay.
Yeah, we pay. First turn from the hood, they curious. 4 inquiries about 5 in jury.
I get the comments with number this period. I got your B on one, put on the mirrors. First young in the A2 land, run a 14 mil, started 14 grams. Dope boy Dickies and diamonds and Tim. You shouldn't play with that boy, he is not one of them.
Bro, I kept taking L's, finally got me an M. Still making double, I don't call when I spin. S550 2018. Gotta come 20 if you hopping in the Benz. Young turn from the D to the A. I'm rocking with the Lions.
Yeah, I'm rocking with the Braves. Yeah, we pay.
Yeah, we pay.
Eric, go ahead. You can keep it going with the third one.
So we are back now, and what we're going to talk about is our third question.
Hold on. Before you go to that third question, this one is kind of funny. Squeeze and Juice said the baby moms probably all lived in the same apartment complex. You know what it reminds you of? It reminds you of, I don't know if you watch Love and Hip Hop, but Peter and Tara and Amina. That situation right there when they both was pregnant at the same time. They both lived in the same apartment complex. I can't imagine.
The audacity that men allow
Do stuff like
they do
that.
stuff like this blows my mind.
Yeah, y'all do some stuff, but y'all talk about females. I'm gonna let you know that one. All right, go ahead.
So we're gonna move on to the next question. You know, definitely chime in as y'all need. We kind of covered this a little bit. Oh, actually, we did. If a man isn't financially stable, should the court still make him pay child support?
I mean, like Squeeze and Juice said, that child still needs to be taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, even if you aren't financially stable, the financial burden shouldn't just solely rely on one parent.
Mm-mm.
So, I mean, you gotta, first of all, I feel like as a grown man or woman, there's no reason why you don't have any income.
Yes.
There's no reason why you can't get up and go to work. You can't go out and, hustle, do something. I mean, legally, not illegally. However y'all make your money is on y'all.
I definitely agree.
Yeah, I do feel as though the same way you can get up every day and support yourself, or at least attempt to support yourself, you need to do the same with your child. Or don't have a kid if you can't afford them.
I swear I fall down on it because, let's be honest, condoms cost about $7, $8. Like, wrap up. Like, if you don't think you should, first of all, you shouldn't be out here doing anything if you're not prepared for any consequences. Well, let me rephrase that because I'm not going to call a child a consequence. I apologize. Don't make
responsibilities.
If you're not ready for responsibilities, that's a careless move to just because a woman looks beautiful and just because you're, decided to part your ways or, you definitely need to
Woo! Underscore cash said raw.
You know what I mean?
Is a rich man job. You know what? I can't. I mean,
it's
true to some degree.
It is. We definitely feel I feel like if I personally, out here doing anything and everything, and I had an accident baby, or if I had a child on purpose, depending on the mindset of the motion, if I feel like I'm barely making ends meet right now for me, I need to have this conversation with the lady that that I have it with, because at that moment, if I go about it and I have a child and I know I'm struggling,
The comments for me.
If I know I'm struggling, then imagine what I'm going to put this child through.
Right.
Then I'm like, oh well, it's kind of like going back to like dating. If you date me and I know I can't take you out, then back it up. Get yourself ready. Focus on yourself. Grind until you are ready for what you want.
But some people, honestly speaking, it's sad that it's a reality. I know I'm laughing too. I see the comments. It'd be the comments for me. But in reality, some people just careless. Like, that's how I look at it. Some people really just don't care. Like, men.
Yo, hold on, time out. I did not, Nikki, she said, hold on, let me read the comment.
Was it an accident, baby?
No, she said, people kill me when they have unprotected sex and get surprised when females get pregnant. What you think it come from unprotected sex, a banana?
I told you, I said it'd be the comments for me. No, but it's true though. That is true. Like, men really do have unprotected sex, and females. Mm-hmm. And when they find out that they pregnant, it's just like it's reaction that'd be like, "Are you serious? Like, you didn't expect that? You didn't think it was gonna come?" Exactly. But now there are some females who track their ovulation, and they be like, "Okay, well, I'm sorry." They be like, "Well, I'm not ovulating this week," and they'll do it. But at the end of the day, some people don't understand that even if it's not that time, you can still get pregnant. So, I mean, safe sex is the best sex, to be honest.
Listen, cover yourself. Like,
yes.
Make sure, as a man to other men, make sure you protect yourself first. Even in those type of situations, protect yourself. Don't take her word for it. Always go with your gut feeling. If you feel like, oh well, she told me this and this, and go with your gut feeling and be like, all right, I'm a, you know, even if you, unless you're preparing yourself to be like, all right, I'm going to have a baby. You know, me and you had this conversation. We're going to sit down. I guess you don't sit down. Well, I guess you can sit down if you haven't had that.
Let me tell y'all this story, right? It's this girl that I used to know. I'm gonna say I used to know. She found out that her ex had got somebody pregnant. So to be spiteful, she decided to go get pregnant by somebody else. So I know I see your face, right? So she was in this relationship with this guy and whatever. Come to find out, he was dating somebody else, and they didn't work out. She didn't get that family that she wanted. So she told him she gonna put him on child support. Guess what he did? He went and filed for child support first. Here's my thing. Y'all using that child as a pawn.
Agreed.
That's how I look at it. Because both of y'all doing stuff for your own selfish reasons, and your child gonna get hurt in the middle of this.
Well, in that type of situation, necessarily, that will fall back on, I will say, the father. The fact that because majority of fathers don't think it's going to happen, so they don't do it. The fact that he was smart enough to be like, all right, then, if you're going to put me on child support, I'm going to beat you to the punch. I'm going to get full custody of that child. Now, the way you described it to me, I don't think that's his baby.
No, it's definitely his baby.
Oh, I was about to say, the way you worded it, I was like, she just decided to go get pregnant. I was like, I don't think that's hers. But, I mean, I don't think that's his. But in that type of situation, if she's pregnant and he's like, all right, let's play this. Two can play this game. I'll go to the court system too.
But see, here's the thing, though, where we talk about being financially stable. She wasn't financially stable, but he was. But she was the primary caretaker because that child stayed with her. So my thing is, I wonder how the court system would have ruled that out. Because, you know, like we said, they always take the woman's side. So if she's not financially stable, but he's the primary, and she's the primary caretaker, how would that situation have played out? That's a tricky one, right?
Yeah. I feel like the best case scenario would be for him to file for custody.
But see,
Even
another
if
boomer, he had a record. Yeah.
He can go to jail any day of the week. He's still in gum, and now he in jail.
So that's why I say, like, the whole little stuff, like, it really do be confusing because it be like, it's a lot of different scenarios that go along with child support.
Yes.
So when it comes to somebody being financially stable, I do think that play a factor in it. But again, you gotta look at who's the primary caretaker, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Cause
I mean, listen, I got a lot to say. I could say about that, but I'm gonna keep that quiet. But a lot of that just didn't make sense to me. It was very confusing.
Well, you know, back to the question at hand, if a man or a woman is not financially stable, should the court still make him pay child support? And at the end of the day, it's still yes. And what I think personally is it will kind of boost him and make him like grind harder. Like it'll make him like go even.
But my question is, what's the point? That might sound real crazy, but if he can't afford it and he just got that, I don't care, just lock me up. Like, what's the point? If you know you're not going to get nothing, or you know he's not going to pay nothing, what would even be the point of having to go through all of that? Like, again, just my opinion. I don't understand why even. Go ahead.
I always tell people, like, the scariest person in the world is somebody that doesn't have anything to lose.
Yes.
So if you like, you gonna put me on child support, I'm gonna go to jail. I got a roof over my head and 3 meals a day. If that's their mindset, and well, those people, we gotta get them off the streets. They are dangerous people. That's a scary situation. Like, are you getting something from the government that's gonna, help out the replacement of the father that's currently in jail? So even if he's in jail, he can't do anything if he wanted to. So I don't even know how to go about that.
We missing a very good conversation now. So Cash said, but females be wanting more unprotected sex than anything. And Squeezing Juice replied and said, where are you getting that statistic? And Cash said, as big dog gone, right?
Listen.
So come on, big dog, is he right?
I feel like in the heat of the moment, some females do, but this is just from my point of view, and just I think some females, it's the heat of the moment, romance. It is a awkward moment where you like, hey, wait, stop, let me go into the top drawer. But if that's what some females decide to do, that's what they decide to do. So.
But then, like Squeeze and Juice said, when y'all find out, boom, y'all having a baby. Now everybody looking at each other like y'all got 3 heads, and now y'all confused. I'm just saying.
I agree. I just feel like necessarily when it comes down to any type of situation where, how can I say this? When it comes to any type of situation where a female engages, if she engages and it's on her, yes, it's just an awkward moment of just like stopping and trying to explain to her like, hey, let's make sure we're right for each other. When you feel the romance in the air and everything's going right, you're just gonna be like, all right, I trust him. I trust him, and I trust him, and he trusts me. So let's see where it goes. So yes, females that engage more.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Not necessarily, because again, females are more conscious too, because we in the back of our mind trying to make sure nothing happens.
Okay.
Like, not even just children, but you got different diseases and stuff like that too. So females are more conscious with that type of stuff, whereas men, y'all just ready to just go.
Not all the time.
No, not all the time, but I'm just saying some men are just ready to just. You know what? I said it'd be the comments.
I just feel like necessarily that when it comes to how you just gotta move responsibly. You know what I mean? You gotta move and see how we go about certain situations.
I'm sorry, I'm listening.
No, you good. You just gotta go about certain situations smart. Oh boy.
Yeah, because for one, he should have been here, and for two, he got a lot to say in these comments.
He gonna be like, no, I got a photo shoot.
But no, it's over. It's 6 o'clock. But no, as far as being financially stable, yeah, like I said, I feel as though it's no point. Like, I mean, everybody is different, but I'm not gonna take myself through the trouble to go through no court system if I know that my baby's dad cannot afford child support.
Yes,
even if it's $1, and he know he's not gonna give me that $1, and he just got that mentality, just lock me up. I just don't care. I'm not putting myself through all of that.
Yeah.
I don't like, me in general, I don't like the court system.
Agree. I completely
I'm gonna avoid it any way that I can. But there are some women out here who just, they don't mind it. So it's like, oh, I'm gonna make sure you do for my kid. But in the back of my head, like I said earlier, I already know I'm gonna take care of my child,
yes,
whether the father is involved or not. So, I mean, if you're financially stable, yeah, I do think that Squeeze and Juice said, but you put yourself through the trouble of sleeping with his bro.
Exactly.
That is true. That is true. But some females, they just don't care.
So you engage. So that's what I'm saying, though. Females will engage. If females are willing to engage, and then they don't know the full story of the male that they're sleeping with, and that's vice versa. You do not ever fully know a person when you decide to sleep with them, and then especially until you put in like years and years of time, and you got to know this person. You're like, oh, this is the person I want. This is the person I want to be with, and then they decide to be like, all right, let's move on. Let's take the next step to a baby. And the crazy part about it, this is just once again from my point of view. A woman will rather have a baby first before marriage. Like,
I was getting ready to say that.
They will be like, I want to have a baby because they think that a baby will complete the family. They will be like, all right, if I have a baby with him, our family will be complete. And then if we get married, that's just icing layered down on the cake. If you decide that situation, that is on you. That's how, like, I'm going to tell you from a personal point of view. In previous relationships, women would look at me and be like, because of my personality. I don't know if y'all know this or not. Personality does not pay bills. But because of my personality and the person that I was, they was like, "Oh, I would love to have a baby with you." Huh?
That don't even sound right.
I don't think that's the reason you should have a baby. But if you engage into it and you're like, all right, this is the way to go, this is how you want to go about it, then I feel like, well, that's on y'all then.
And I think that it goes along with what you were saying as far as marriage. I agree with why people used to say you should get married before you had kids now, because I feel like there are a lot of broken homes now because, like you said, you don't truly know that person before you make a baby with them, and at the end the child gets hurt. Not neither adults. You can go on about your life, but that child get hurt. So I feel like, but I do feel as though, yeah, you should definitely be married before you had kids now because
Listen,
a baby could make or break you.
I think you should not even married. I think you should know the person like middle name, or you should know a person down to the P's and Q's before you get married, before a baby especially. Like before you move on with this person, like understand them, like really know what makes them mad, what makes them sad, how do they move.
I don't think you're gonna get all that by knowing the middle name though.
Listen, I'm just saying that would help. If you find out their middle name is Lamont, you should probably just move on with your life. Like,
no,
nothing good come out of anybody named Lamont.
You know what? No, but I see where you're going as far as knowing a person before you just lay down with them. And I think that's the problem. Too many people nowadays, they think that they know somebody, or they create this image in their head of who they think this person is, and they fall head over heels. Y'all make this child, and in reality, they show you who they truly were in the beginning that you didn't want to believe. And then you're stuck with this child that, you know, you thought y'all were going to be a complete family, and it's not what you pictured.
Exactly. I would never say stuck because that's
of course.
That sounds
bad
too. Like you're stuck with this child. No, but I completely I understand what you're saying. Like you're moving on to basically just like having. I don't even know any of this.
Squeeze and Juice said both parties engaged, not just males, not just females. Two mature, sound-minded adults got together, had unprotected sex, and had a baby. Regardless of the outcome, that child should be supported. Definitely agree. But what I'm saying is, like, as far as being financially stable, you can't, like, if you can't make that man support that child or that woman support the child, and the court can't make that man support that child, or make that woman support that child, it'd just be like, if it's a lost cause, it's a lost cause. It's sad, but it's true. Like, so many people are locked up because of back child support or just not paying it.
Yes.
At all.
Back child support will I think child support will sometimes even break, like, a person down. Like, if you be like, all right, I know, so say Christmas time come around, or your birthday come around, and you're like, oh, I'm going to spend money on getting a new car or doing something for myself. And you're like, oh, I forgot, I got to pay off the court fees for even going to child support. I got to pay off the child support in general. And then on top of that, she's asking me for a little on the side because she feels like he should have like some new J's. I feel like in those type of situations, then like that can literally make or break you. Now, if you just out here like, I don't give a damn, I got the money. Well, all right, then do what you gotta do, babe. You know what I mean? Like, take care of what you gotta take care of. Time to man up.
I just want to add, I definitely do think there are some benefits of child support. Like, I do think that it is a good system to have for people that deserve to be on it. Like, guys that just dumping in these females and just and just leaving them. Like, they definitely do need to be held accountable. I'm not saying that I'm against it. I'm completely for child support, but for the right situation. Exactly. Like, not because of spite or because of them moving on. I don't agree with that. Or taking the money and doing whatever you want to do with it and it not going toward the child. Like, it was one situation where the girl was, her kid was going on a school trip or whatever, and she needed money for the trip. And he told her, well, I'm giving you child support. Why is that not going toward it? So it's like, as long as that money is being spent on that child or them kids, and it's not just going to waste or going to yourself, getting your hair done, your eyebrows done, or anything like that, then I definitely do agree with it. Like, there are some people that definitely deserve to be on it. And some people that needs, to be locked up for not paying it. Because too many guys and women are getting away with just not taking care of their kids, and that's not fair.
I feel like the only thing I disagree with this whole situation is the fact that I don't think child support should increase if the other person is moving up financially. That's the only time I feel like it gets a little funky there, because that's a really weird situation at hand. If you're on, like, all right, so I pay $2,000 or I pay $3,000 a month, and then I end up getting a new position at a job, or if I hit the Powerball, I have an increase in my finance situation. I feel like that should not be the reason that it increased in. That was gonna come out bad.
I know what you're about to say in that child situation.
Yeah, I was about to say that was about to come out real bad. My bad. Listen, never mind. This is the reason why I ain't got no kids. This is the reason I ain't got no kids. That was really about. I say this in the kindest way possible. I'm not saying that.
You don't feel like if your pay increase, you should have to pay more if you're already paying
enough.
Right.
If I'm already paying a decent amount, and she finds out, like, say I pick up my child in a new car, that should not be on record next time we go to court. Next time we go to court, well, he did pull up in a new Cadillac, and I just feel like he has some more money. We should do an increase. That should not be a solid reason.
You hit the lottery. She taking all of it. She gonna take all of it.
Once again, like, even if I hit the lottery, if I have any type of increase in my financial situation, that should not be the reason that it increases in your situation too.
Right. But I mean, the unfortunate thing about that is, as long as your income is increasing, that child support is going to increase.
Yes.
I don't think that that's fair either, but I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't think it's fair. I think it depends on how much you're already paying. Like they said, you can only pay $5. If you're paying $5 and you just got a raise and you getting $22 an hour, you need to pay more.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're paying,
transition back over. It's a test. So we are currently doing a little test run on our YouTube page too. We're running that down. So make sure you follow us on YouTube at Philly Hott Radio. Even though we were for about a half an hour just not on there, but they heard us. They just didn't see us. Nah.
You know what?
But it's kind of like a funky situation. We want to go on commercial.
Yeah, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
All right.
Now, hold on.
What's up?
When we say we're taking a quick break, we're not talking to you guys because you clearly are still with us. But we are live on PhillyHottRadio.com as well as YouTube. So when we take a break, they are no longer involved in this.
Pull up in my hood, best dressed. Next thing, upgrade, who's next? Rich boy, got him on deck. Good boy, time refresh. I put my new man on a leash. Traded him out, he was just a lease. Right around town till I leave. I gave that boy a round, spin him back to the street like la-da-dee-da-dee-da. Yeah, I spin him back to the streets like la-da-dee-da-dee-da. Back to the streets. So clean when I pull up to the scene. Big goals and I put that on me. What you thinking? What's good? How you feeling? I wish you would. Had to hit the husband on your homies. Stepping in your bad lonely. My ex used to act like he owned me. Ain't enough just to treat me like a trophy. I had that, passed that, knew I had to trash that. Bounced on his zero, turned that boy into a flashback. I'm a 5-star with a price tag. Gotta find me somebody that can match that. Last one got on my last nerve. Made me go change my passwords. I hit the curve with password. You know I get the last word. Pull up in my hood, best dressed. Next thing, upgrade, who's next? Rich boy, got him on deck. Good boy, time refresh. I put my new man on a leash. Traded him out, he was just a lease. Right around town till I leave. I gave that boy a round, spin him back to the street like la-da-dee-da-dee-da. Yeah, I spin him back to the streets like la-da-dee-da-dee-da. Yeah, back to the streets. Back to the streets, send you back to your old hood. On hood, baby, this is for your own good. I'm a player at Revere, and you knew it. Had a good time, now I'm ready for some mood. Pass it to Sweetie, now you hit it through with it. There ain't really nothing else to do with it. Yeah, you know I leveled up, I can't be stopped. I wish you luck though. Consider yourself blessed. You got to fuck with the baddest. You know that I can't be kept. No, I gotta dip out. Pull up in my hood, best dress. Next thing upgrade, who's next? Rich boy, got him on deck. Good boy, time refresh. Yeah, put my new man on a leash. Straight in my out, he was just a lease. Right around town till I leave. I gave that boy rounds, but I'm back to the streets. Yeah, I spin him back to the streets like back to the streets.
Two different. I thought they went hand in hand. If you don't get custody, then you don't get them.
Back to the streets. Back to the streets. Yeah. Back to the streets.
Tell me what to do and I get it, babe. Gucci and Prada. Crib in the middle of the night. You miss me as I put it down right there, babe. I can put you on a flight. You know that a nigga like me can change your life, oh, babe. Everything you do is amazing. Ain't nobody got to go crazy. I got what you need. Everybody think you shy, but I know you a freak, little baby. Everything you do is amazing. Ain't nobody got to go crazy. I got what you need. Everybody think you shy, but I know you a freak, little baby. I've been overseas going crazy. I could tell you love it when we made up. Black and gray diamonds like we're made up. Orange peel, your love is real. Love and skills, I need some love and skills. Love my man, draws you love and still. Eyes come lazy, but she is real. Dressed to kill. Biggie bomb bomb to your time. I can put a stone by your eye. I can say you never switch your sides. You never tell me lies. Not resting ties, yeah. True crib in the middle of the night. I know that you miss me cause I put it down right there, babe. I can put you on a flight. You know that a nigga like me can change your life, oh baby. Everything you do is amazing. Ain't nobody gonna go crazy. I got what you need. Everybody think you shy, but I know you a freak, little baby. Yo, give me lit. Wolves on my phone when they find out that I'm rich, then they switch. When they say I'm choosing on my top down, gotta doing donuts on it, yeah. Pause for the flick. Damn it, bossy baby, what to do it on the split. She don't need no hands or no pain. Do your dance, poppin' rubber bands, hit the dash, make it pass. Yo, wait about me phone just to get down, down. Let me put it down, down. I put it down, down. Watch me put it down, down. Put it down, down. Trip crib in the middle of the night. I know that you miss me cause I put it down right there, babe. I can put you on a flight. You know that a nigga like me can change your life, oh babe. Everything you do is amazing. Ain't nobody gonna go crazy. I got what you need. Everybody think you shy, but I know you a freak, little baby. Everything you do is amazing. Ain't nobody gonna go crazy. I got what you need. Everybody think you shy, but I know you a freak, little baby.
They probably would.
You think so?
Depending if they're not married. So I said it when they go to Texas, they say, that's just roommates, getting to know each other. That's what I heard the other day when I said that. I was like, it's men.
Can't call it, can't call it. I never came from deep pockets. Why can't I make a deposit? Nah, can't call it, can't call it, yeah, can't call it, I can't call it. I never came from deep pockets. Why can't I make a deposit? Can't call it, yeah, I can't call it.
Oh, I had so many days of pain. Have you ever been as sad as I am? Lord, I ask if anything would change. I can see the future that we're heading. I would say it's better not to tell. If it's anything like this in heaven, maybe I'd be better off in hell.
Tables do turn and labels do burn. The second they ask you to sell your soul, don't you do it, don't you fold. Say that shit and be bold, cause all them stories you told on records worth more than gold. And if you never go gold again, at least you would know the end of your road was chose by you and not companies who control our remote control and hide the truth on my nose. But don't mind me, I'm just high against to get by again. No, actually I'm lying, cause it got me smiling and rhyming like I rhymed way back when I would play the violin. Thought that wasn't cool, mama, sorry, I just stopped trying and paid for your house in hopes there'd be no more reason for crying. That shows you how stupid I am, cause just out here dying from police that flash the siren and pull up and just start firing. Smirking each other in murky water, I try and swim. How the do I look when I brag to you about some diamonds? Said all that I could say, now I play with thoughts of retirement.
Oh, I had so many days of crying. Oh, I had so many days of pain. Have you ever been as sad as I am? Lord, I ask if anything would change. I can see the future that we're heading. I would say it's better not to tell. If it's anything like this in heaven, maybe I'd be better off in hell. Better off in hell.
Can't call it, can't call it. I never came from deep pockets. Why can't I make a deposit? Nah, can't call it, can't call it, yeah, can't call it, I can't call it. I never came from deep pockets. Why can't I make a deposit? I can't call it, yeah, I can't call it.
Okay, guys, and we are back.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. What's the?
I never muted them.
I can't with you. Welcome back. Welcome back. We are appreciating everything with this show right now. This is actually kind of a good test run.
It's more funny than serious. It's supposed to be serious, but y'all guys are really making it like y'all educating us because, like we said, we never been through this. Mm-hmm. But y'all also keeping it very comical. I didn't expect this at all.
The humor is what keeps this thing flowing. The fact that y'all are able to talk to us about this, and like we said, we the youth of the group. So if y'all willing to educate us, please do. Mm-hmm. Please always be willing to drop comments. You go onto our personal pages and definitely educate us. We are willing to support all that y'all say. Everything we do here, we do respectfully.
Right.
So y'all, right now, this is a topic that I actually was trying to practice for, and I didn't know how to go about it.
First of all, y'all, I got notes. I was trying to Google some stuff because I ain't want to just sound crazy.
Yeah, I didn't want to come up here and be like, first of all, child support ain't. That's just football cleats. As long as he good on the field, I'm gonna support him until he make it to the NBA. After that, if he don't go, then he ain't my son. It's not that type of situation. That's real messed up. People have that mentality.
I got two comments though that did stand out to me. Serenity 0817 said the court most likely don't know they live together. She probably on public assistance. Ooh. That is true. I wonder if she did use a different address. Because people do get crafty and do stuff like that. And then Cherie T217 says she took him to court in order to get food stamps. The child support court don't know they live together. Interesting.
You get food stamps off of child support?
I don't know.
I didn't know that. Can you can get food stamps off child support? Like I said, we are not the most educated. We are.
No, we educated.
We educated enough. But in this field right now that we are talking about, it's just. She said for food stamps.
Yeah.
That's so bad, John. Like.
I mean, I guess it would make sense though.
Agreed.
No, that is actually right. That is actually right because, see, I know a lot of people. I know a friend that tried to do this too. She had tried to get food stamps and she didn't put her her baby father on there, and the public assistance office went after him to try to put him on child support, and they did have to go to court and stuff like that. I didn't think about that. So she ended up just not getting it because she didn't want to put him on child support.
Gotcha.
See, they go after you.
What's your last question?
So the last question that we had was, how does child support affect men? But before we go into that, we actually been skipping a couple comments off of Instagram for our conversations we asked. So you got some on yours.
I apologize. So with the question of if a man isn't financially stable, should a court make him pay child support? From what's that name?
Nino Brown V.
Nino Brown V. I think it should be a progress tax-based income, but I'm about to popcorn read this. She left a long comment.
Very long.
I think it should be a progress tax-based income, but we have to be responsible for our children. In my opinion, you can't make a baby and then have no work for 2 years. Who not working for 2 years? You having a baby and not working for 2 years?
That's a bad joint.
That's terrible. The baby needs what it needs, and that has to be provided from somewhere without a burden to be on the state or a mother solely.
Definitely.
So I completely agree with that. It should never be on just one person.
Right. It takes
equal rules for men are provided whether they are with the family or not.
And I think that's the biggest problem that we just talked about too. It's all about if you're with that person, like if you guys are a family or not, and if you're not, that spirals out of control and goes down a whole nother path.
Yes.
Like that open doors to something completely different instead of just moving forward and both of y'all handling y'all responsibilities. That becomes a fight.
Yeah.
C Fitness 91 said the county is helping support the child and the county will then go after the parent. And Cherie T217 said if the woman makes more and the child spends time with both parents, the court will make the mother pay. It goes by the combined income of both parents. That I did not know. I tried and the courts told me to drop the case because I would end up paying him when she was with him.
Oh, wow. That's...
For me, something new because I did not know that.
Listen.
So now that answers our question. Do mothers pay child support also?
And how much they have to pay? I did. So
it goes after income.
It goes after income. Okay. So that goes back to like the original question of just like if.
Got you stumped again?
Y'all got me thinking right now. Like,
right, because like I never knew all of this type stuff.
Listen,
So the last question was, how does child support affect men? So I'm gonna just say I learned some stuff yesterday. I thought that if you did not pay child support and you owe, they just lock you up. I didn't know that they take your passport so you can't travel out of the country. I didn't know that they take your driver's license. I didn't know that they did a lot of that stuff. So I mean that I feel like that's a little extreme to some extent. Because, like I said, there are some people that are stepping up and doing for their kids.
Yes.
So it's like, even if they fall behind for a couple months, but they're still spending time with their child and doing the best that they can. Y'all took their driver's license. Like, you took their passport. And it was some other stuff that they took. Oh, they garnish your wages. So like I said earlier, you get your stimulus check taken from you. You get your taxes taken from you. It's like, yo, I really did not know that they did all that.
Yeah, that to me is
like, what am I working?
Yeah,
for?
what are you working to support? You working to stay out of jail at that point.
Right.
You're no longer working to support a child. You're working to make sure like, all right, everything goes well.
But I guess that's if you fall behind. So those are your consequences. Your consequences for not paying.
Okay. Or what happened if you can't pay that amount?
So if you can't pay,
they said it goes by income. So
not even just that, but I talked to a friend of mine yesterday, and if you can't pay, you can come up with an agreement with your baby mom or your baby father or whatever, and they can restart the amount back to zero.
Okay.
I didn't know that either. Now, I know that happens in Delaware. I don't know if PA or if their rules are the same, but they can restart the amount back to zero.
So if you have an agreement, you can be like, if you have an agreement, and you're like, I can't pay this wild amount that I owe, you can be like, all right, well, at least you can have that conversation and bring it back to zero.
But she has to agree with it.
Now listen, I'm gonna say this right now. Public service amount. Let me make sure I fix the mic as I say this. Public service announcement. All the baby fathers out there that is currently on child support,
Better get it right.
please have an intellectual conversation with your baby mother. And that goes vice versa. If you're a baby mother that is on child support with your baby father, please have an intellectual, sit down and make sure we put the kids first in every situation. If you feel like, hey, I'm behind on child support and I understand, but y'all been living good, start me back at zero. I promise I'll stay up this time. Don't let it go into the thousands and months go by and, y'all living good and y'all doing okay. My money is just a little icing on the cake. Have these conversations. Be the bigger person. Not even be the bigger person. Like, be an adult. Be able to communicate. Communication is always key. If you feel like, all right, this ain't it, this ain't how it's going to go, then it's on you then. Y'all stubborn.
All right, I'm going to disagree with my money is just a little icing on the cake because like Squeeze and Juice said, a child never stopped costing.
Agreed.
So your money is never just icing on the cake. That money is needed some way, somehow.
No. All right, so when I said icing on the cake, I didn't mean that as... When I said icing on the cake, I didn't mean that as, it's just a little bit here and there. I meant that more as in, if I'm behind, but y'all are living okay. If I'm behind and y'all living okay, let's have this conversation and figure out how we can start back at zero. If I'm behind on bills and I'm behind, I understand that's not your monkey, not your circus.
Right.
I understand that has nothing to do with you, but over here, I'm in a messed up situation. So I gotta come to you and I have to communicate and I have to explain to you my financial situation that's gonna keep me out of jail or keep me out of, from being homeless or, any other situation. Now, all the men out there that's like, oh, they're gonna try to finesse their baby moms and how they're doing okay.
That ain't the right way to do it.
That ain't the right way to go about it. Make sure, just do this at this moment. A great philosopher once just said, do the right thing.
I also learned that, like, how it affects men is you can't come off child support unless that child turns 18. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. This is just some stuff that, I was researching. But unless that child turns 18 or if a new parent adopts that child, you cannot come off child support. You can't take yourself off child support. And if the other parent is not allowing you to see that child, you cannot refuse to pay child support. That right there, I don't know how I feel about that. If I can't see my child, you gonna tell me I still gotta pay child support? Agreed that, of course that child still had to be taken care of, but it's not my fault that you're not letting me see my child. I don't know how I feel about that. That's not fair to me.
I think that should go hand in hand. Like Squeeze said, custody battle and child support are two separate things. But I feel like if you're not letting me see my child, but you're like, hey, don't forget to pay your dues, pay your child support, then what am I paying? Like, what? I know you don't have to, as a mother or father, you don't have to keep receipts. You don't have to show nothing where the money went to. But it would be nice to be like, all right, well, let's see, what am I actually paying for? You get me?
Right. One thing that I did find interesting that I seen on social media was a post that said, ladies, how would you feel if every time you said something to a man that he didn't like, he wouldn't let you see your child? Or what if every time you did something to a man that he didn't like, he wouldn't let you see your child? Women need to think, how would they feel if they were put in the same position that we put men in? That was one of the realest things that I ever seen, because sometimes we don't think about it, but we keep kids away because it's something that we don't like. But if it was done to us, how would we take that?
On numerous occasions when you would be hearing, like, I don't like your new girlfriend. And you'd be like, keep that woman away from my child for no reason. It's not like, oh, this woman has OnlyFans and we don't know what to do about it. It's like, it's literally, sometimes there's no reason, or it's just a hatred. You can just be like, I have hatred for this person. and you know how he behaves and how he maneuvers. So
See, with me, I had my little petty tactics once a couple times where I might be like, oh, I don't like how you doing so and so. I'm putting you on child support. But I only do it as like a scare tactic. I've never actually.
A scary tactic. That is a
But
scary
it's like,
profile.
so no. It's just to get you to do what you gotta do and step up a little bit. It's not like I'm never gonna do it.
Agreed.
Because like I said, I don't like the court system. And in my head, my child is fine. He's taken care of. I'm not going to rely on you or the court to make you do anything.
So that's where like my last comment came from. Like if you're doing fine, so you just said like my child is fine. We good without the money. But even if you had him on child support and you decide to say, hey, he came to you and was like, I'm kind of messed up over here. I know I owe you $5,000-6,000. I can give you in a couple payments. Do you mind if we start back at zero?
You stuck at start back at zero.
And start back at 1. Yeah.
Now just bring out the vocals. Shabrit, go ahead.
No, you good. Keep on.
Shabrit T217 said, take it to custody court. Child support court has nothing to do with custody.
Agreed. That's what that was
something we just learned.
We just learned and never said. It's just it's a weird situation though. Why would they not go hand in hand? Like I feel like if I have to pay for my child, I would like my child to be around me.
Right.
And that sounded bad. That sounded bad as I said that.
Nah, I understood what you were saying.
Like I'm just saying, like I'm not saying I only want it, like just because I'm paying, I want to see it. I'm saying like, all right, let me see my child more often. And then if I'm seeing my child just as much as you're seeing my child, and we go half on child support, then that's fine. I was like, all right, cool. I'll pay child support. I know she lives there, but let's figure it out.
Nika Boo3 said, LOL, her scare tactic not gonna work anymore. I don't even use it no more.
He know now. He done gave away the secret.
Look, I don't even use it no more. At this point, I just be like, I don't care.
It's a weird situation.
It is.
I think the joint, my battery pack died. So
go ahead, you can just keep on.
You got what, 15 minutes? Yeah, let's do this. All right, so we feel like we done with key cards.
Sorry, y'all, we be having a little technical difficulties.
Small technical difficulties. We fixing it.
We ain't perfect.
But I feel like necessarily in multiple situations, yes, there's people that deserve to be on it, and there's people that shouldn't be on it. But the people that shouldn't be on it, they're trying. That's the whole key about it. And I understand some. And it's scary. Like, are you telling me like, all right, I'm working and saving up. So how would you feel if, all right, work with me, all right? As a man that's trying to save up his financial situation to get out of his mother's house.
Not that child problem.
I understand that, but for him to say, "Hey, I don't have it this month because I'm trying to save up to get my own place for me and my child," is that a conversation that women are willing to have?
Yeah, I think that should be had because I feel like if I was in that situation and my son's dad came to me and said, "I don't have it this month," like you said, I'm trying to save up so I can get a place or whatever. If I know I'm financially stable and I know my child don't need nothing, I'm gonna say go ahead. Just as long as you communicate that with me. Now, if you just don't pay nothing, then I'm just like, okay, so what happened?
A key component of this whole talk today revolves around communication. And communication is always going to be key.
It depends though, because some females you just can't talk to. Some females just got it made up in their head, like. And I'm not going to say all females, but like we said earlier, there are some females that are spiteful. We're not even going to lie and say that they're not. Mm-hmm. So they might have it in their head, no, I don't care if he can afford this or if he can't, he going to pay. So you can't have that conversation with all females. So
be careful. So, we're going to be wrapping up in about 10 minutes. We definitely advise you to be careful who you lay with. That is definitely one. Always keep it in mind on who, you put in your whats and your wheres. Because if you don't know this person fully, then things will, as we said, will go left with the whole mindset right now.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break before we end it.
AZB10 got that gas.
6 chill, fool, for real, for real.
On himself.
Project fences to live in luxury. Now we live luxury. Straight out that bottom, nobody gave nothing to me. Be careful with me. All of my little brothers spotted, they cutting for me. Yeah, they gon' cut you for me. Lay in the cut with them cutters and cut you for free. Say she in love with me, but say you love, I just want your company. I fall in the club for free. I give out daps and them husband the ones for me. Cause that type of don't phase a player. This type of is what make a hater when you got it out the mud, yeah. Ran it up, yeah. Really don't get no, yeah. Don't get no, we ain't to nothing or something, yeah. Really hustling, yeah. Y'all getting that money, yeah. You getting that money, yeah. Rags to riches, 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 rags to riches. Rags to riches, the riches, yeah. Rags to riches, 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 the riches, yeah.
Shawty made that clap, she don't need no applause. High fashion, like Goya, G-Wagon, or the Rover. I put some ice on you cause you got a cold heart. I know I gotta keep my shawty on go. Drop that to the floor, yeah. Whoa. You ain't gotta deal with none of these no more. If we hop in the Benz, is that okay? Is it okay if I call you my pride, babe? I ain't no player, I just got a lot of faith. But let me tell you, I like you a lot, babe. I wanna start at the top and the bottom, babe. Now you want the shoe with the red at the bottom, babe. You know I like when you right at the top, babe. She wants your name and D-Yo-Yo. I'm only doing cash, I don't need promo. I pull up to the high rise, I'm in the fofo. Inside Coco. If I got a feeling, I keep it inside my heart. And I keep a pedicure cause I don't do facade. You can see my diamonds even when I'm in the dark. And since you got it, it make you go and do anything you want. Shawty made that clap, she don't need no applause. High fashion, like Goya, G-Wagon, or the Rover. I put some ice on you cause you got a cold heart. I know I gotta keep my shawty on go. Drop that to the floor. Yeah. Whoa. You ain't gotta deal with none of these no more. If we hop in the Benz, is that okay? Is it okay if I call you my pride, babe? I ain't no player, I just got a lot of faith. But let me tell you, I like you a lot, babe. I wanna start at the top and the bottom, babe. Now you want the shoe with the red at the bottom, babe. You know I like when you right at the top, babe. If I hit it front or back, she gon' hit the sidewalk. If she got her best friend with her, take her back to Milo. Got a 5 in the morning, wildin'. And the name ain't Megan, but she a stallion. Never keep my divided. Remember I was pulling up in the valley. And you know I take her so when she ride. Sweater in the stockings, so Shawty know to drop it low like a limo. Every time we kick it like tempo. Shawty made that type, she don't need no applause. No. I put some ice on you cause you got a cold heart. I know I gotta keep my shawty on go. Drop that to the floor, yeah. Shawty made that type, she don't need no applause. High fashion, like Goya, G-Wagon, or the Rover. I put some ice on you cause you got a cold heart. I know I gotta keep my shawty on go. Drop that to the floor, yeah. Whoa. You ain't gotta deal with none of these no more. If we hop in the Benz, is that okay? Is it okay if I call you my pride, babe? I ain't no player, I just got a lot of babe. But let me tell you, I like you a lot, babe. I wanna start at the top and the bottom, babe. Now you want the shoe with the red at the bottom, babe. You know I like when you right at the top, babe.
Welcome back. We appreciate y'all rocking with us in this show with everything going on. We were talking about child support, and this has been one of the most educational, hilarious. 21?
You still stuck on 21. For y'all who are late joining, we had one watcher whose brother had 21 kids.
21.
5 with the same name.
5 with the same name. Please, if you at home, drop a DM into our DM box about what you would do if you had a starting 21. Like,
and we gonna always continue the conversations too after our shows on Instagram. But we do want to thank you guys for watching, for tuning in. Thank you guys who were in our live today and showed some insight on your opinions and your experiences. We definitely appreciate the fact that you guys schooled us and told us some stuff that we didn't know.
Facts. Y'all put us on blast and y'all definitely educated us.
Shut me right up.
Yeah, see, y'all be calling me old and educated. I wasn't ready for any of that.
Not at all.
Y'all showed us a new limelight.
But we also want you guys to stay tuned for our next show. Next week we are going to be talking about music.
Yes.
And when we say music, we mean why can men rap about certain things, but women are portrayed as thoughts when they rap or sing about it?
Not thoughts. It's just
thoughts. Which y'all call Cardi B and Megan. Y'all always coming at them.
My dream.
Okay, that's what you call them. But then the rest of these guys, they always talking about, oh, y'all letting these women, these thoughts make y'all feel like y'all hot girls and this and the third.
No, y'all.
So we are definitely
we felt like the city girls that came up with the song "Hot Girl Summer." That's
no, that was actually Megan.
That was Megan.
Yes.
It's okay.
See, your dream.
Listen, sweet dreams and a beautiful nightmare. No, but we definitely gonna have a very interesting show next week about music. Mm-hmm. Like she said, why are women and men allowed to make certain type of music and judge later on? We're gonna have we're hoping to get two special guests in here to even hear some of their music and see what they're gonna bring along to this.
Little performances. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a show.
It's gonna be a good one.
We also gonna discuss. Do you think today's music play a role in our generation?
Yes.
So we got. Stay tuned for them conversations on Instagram. We'll start posting them tomorrow. You guys can comment. You could DM us if you want to have any of your answers anonymous. Just let us know, and when we read them off, it can be anonymous. But we definitely want you guys to tune in and join our conversations.
Drop your social media. Drop anything they can follow you on.
At Let's Talk Guys versus Girls. On Instagram at Let's Talk Guys versus Girls.
Y'all can please follow Let's Talk versus Guys versus Girls. Y'all can follow our personal pages. I'm _Danielle on everything. It's all social media platforms.
I think I'm __Dominique _. I think, It's underscore somewhere.
It's,
I don't remember
there's a
the
lot of
part of
underscores and diamonds.
because for some reason I thought I was the only one that had my spelling of my name, but other people got it too. So I was a little late to the punch. And then our other cast members, I don't know if they want their
it's like,
stuff out there though.
When they come, they gonna promote
They gonna
themselves
put
to
their stuff out
their
there.
personal business and what they be doing. You know, Cash light skin. He only got 3 pictures.
Cash brown skin.
I ain't know he light skin. I looked at Cash page and he had a total of 3 whole pictures. I was upset. I was like, let me show young boy some love.
He's
Done.
always upset. You know what? But thank y'all for tuning in.
Thank y'all.
Tuning in.
Hold up now. Let me
It's
get it
like-
together.
But tuning in tonight at 7 o'clock, so we is out of here. How I end this, because y'all know I'm alone. Alright, so I got a couple text messages. What the hell am I supposed to do? Stop streaming.